I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. We know this rose will open, but will we stay open in this time? It is so tempting to close up, to hole up in this time of dire news broadcasts and a lot of news and a lot of information. And on the one hand, it can be very healthy to limit your news intake, maybe to once or twice a day, to not listen all day. I find myself being overwhelmed right now with resources and information and a lot of things to read online about how to do church virtually. And so taking a breath and centering down into your body can be a way not to close up, but to ultimately to stay open, but to be grounded as you stay open. But on the other hand, it can be very tempting to close up socially. Our normal ways of being in community, of being physically close to each other, of seeing each other on Sunday mornings, of seeing each other at committee meetings or at listening circle or at events around town, civic gatherings. Those kinds of meetings are now prohibited, are now canceled. And so it's tempting to just close up. But our faith calls us, our Unitarian Universalist faith calls us to not close up, to stay open, because we believe that nothing is all good or all bad, that there is always a chance for transformation in any situation or any encounter, that God is always with us. The divine is here even now. And closing up would not allow us to experience that. And so we're called to stay open. And I just want to offer some ways that new ways that community is happening that I would urge you to stay open to, both within High Street community and beyond. So maybe I'll start with the beyond. Just yesterday I was at the farmers market, Wednesday evening farmers market on Tatnall Square Park. Every Wednesday, 3:30 to about 5:30 or 6. There's vendors there, farmers, local farmers with fresh produce. They have a new meat cooperative, humanely raised beef and pork and even rabbit. Anyway, lots of crafts and sweets and raw honey. Fresh air, social distancing, or really physical distancing, lots of social smiles and joy at the farmers market. So I urge you to go there on Wednesdays to get your farmers market high like I do. Also, just all the random acts of kindness that I've heard of and that are possible to be part of now in this time of crisis. We are looking at our neighbors in a new way. And often those are the ones who are, our neighbors are the ones that are offering these random acts of kindness of going grocery shopping or whatever for folks. On Sunday, we had our first ever Zoom worship service, and we had over 30 people attend, and it was beautiful. It was a little rough at times, especially in the beginning, just learning the ropes, but you all had patience and gobs of forgiveness. And it was so it felt like a miracle to see everyone's face and hear everyone's voices on that Zoom worship service. So that's another new way that community is happening at High Street. We are starting up a Wednesday night Zoom chalice circle, we're calling it. And right now I'm thinking that this will be a time where we can share spiritual practice with each other. This coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock, there will be, we will make sacred space together, including making a chalice. So we can each have our own kind of corner in our house or home, wherever we live, where our chalice can live, our flaming chalice that we can light and do our own spiritual practice with throughout the week. Also, a new way that community is happening at High Street, I am inviting folks to be part of a prayer team, prayer and meditation team. We will be committing to keeping the folks that get sick during this time in prayer or holding them in love. And we will be using, or I will invite people to use, the Universalist meditation, In This Love. It is very simple. I'll just say it now. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all I love. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. And then you can name all the people or places, countries perhaps, that you want to hold in this love. So whoever is sick, in this love. Italy, in this love. Wuhan, China, in this love. New York, in this love. Washington State, in this love. Whatever. Let me know if you want to be on that prayer team. We are reaching out to those who haven't and probably won't be able to do Zoom for whatever reason. So Jane Donahue is organizing a phone buddy and or pen pal system where people will share grievances and gratitudes in this time. If you're interested in that, please let her know. There's new ways of doing advocacy. This is a really scary time, especially for those who live alone and for those who don't have a lot of cushion economically. One missed paycheck, one loss of a job might mean the difference between having a house and living homeless. So there are a lot of ways that we can still be very important right now in this time. Look up your local food bank, reach out to see what you can do. What else? We're making community as we speak. Every day something new pops up. I invite you to think about how you would like to be part of the new virtual High Street, which will probably be this way for a little bit longer than we thought. Definitely through March, probably through April, maybe all the way through May. So if you have a spiritual practice you want to share, if you want to help get groceries for someone, let me know. And I'm just thinking of you all and sending you love and compassion and hope in this time of fear and a lot of unknowns. So I'd like to leave you with a poem that Arlen put on his Facebook page earlier this week that a lot of people have passed around. It gives me hope, kind of speaks to the unexpected joy that is present even now. It's by Father Richard Hendrick from Ireland. Yes, there is fear. Yes, there is isolation. Yes, there is panic buying. Yes, there is kindness. Yes, there is sickness. Yes, there is even death. But they say that in Wuhan, after so many years of noise, you can hear the birds again. They say that after just a few weeks of quiet, the sky is no longer thick with fumes, but blue and gray and clear. They say that in the streets of Assisi, people are singing to each other across the empty squares, keeping their windows open so that those who are alone may hear the sounds of family around them. They say that a hotel in the west of Ireland is offering free meals and delivery to the housebound. Today, a young woman I know is busy spreading flyers with her number through the neighborhood so that the elders may have someone to call on. Today, churches, synagogues, mosques, and temples are preparing to welcome and shelter the homeless, the sick, the weary. All over the world, people are slowing down and reflecting. All over the world, people are looking at their neighbors in a new way. All over the world, people are waking up to a new reality, to how big we really are, to how little control we really have, to what really matters, to love. So we pray and we remember that, yes, there is fear, but there does not have to be hate. Yes, there is isolation, but there does not have to be loneliness. Yes, there is panic buying, but there does not have to be meanness. Yes, there is sickness, but there does not have to be the disease of the soul. Yes, there is even death, but there can always be a rebirth of love. Wake to the choices you make as to how you live now. Today, breathe. Listen behind the factory noises of your panic. The birds are singing again. The sky is clearing. Spring is coming. And we are always encompassed by love. Open the windows of your soul, and though you may not be able to touch across the empty square, sing. See you soon.